It's getting closer and closer and a little busier there behind you. And there's Mr. Ndlozi behind you as well. Just say hello to him before you go. Let's go over to you, Aldrin.
Well, yes, good morning. It's certainly becoming quite busy outside the Constitutional Court. We're expecting that ruling any minute from now. The judgment is set to be handed down at 10 o'clock. And of course, we will be carrying that judgment live. Right now, let's just quickly speak to the spokesperson of the EFF. Remember that the EFF is the ones that brought the main application challenging the president's assertion that he has absolutely no obligation to pay back any of the money used on upgrading his Nkandla homestead. Right now, Mbuyiseni, Ndlozi, thank you so much for joining us. Let's first start with the declaratory order that the EFF is seeking.
Look, all I can say at the moment is that we're hopeful that the proceedings are going to lead to a judgment that will restore the rule of law in South Africa. Because at the core of this application is that there must be a restoration of the rule of law. That the same rules must apply from the president to the humblest of us in as far as when you break a law is concerned. If I steal money, if I put my hand in the public purse, it must apply in the same way. So we're really hopeful, and that's the core of what our expectations are about.
I was speaking earlier on to the Deputy Public Protector, and he says that if you have a president being held accountable, it really sends a great message across the country.
Yes, indeed. Of course, part of what has happened here is the erosion of the public protector's power and office. And once the president undermined it, everybody else think that they can undermine it. So, and this is the day I think that is going to come to an end. And certainly, as well, it's a question of accountability. And we've got a constitutional mandate, as you know, to make sure that those who are in power as parliament are held accountable. If parliament can't do it, we must find everything in our power. And this is that exercise to make sure that the restoration of the rule of law and accountability is attained.
Finally, just before I let you go, of course, a few concessions from the president during the heads of arguments around paying the money, and that the findings of the public protector or the recommendations, remedial action, is binding for the EFF beyond this. Either way, which way this court ruling goes, what happens after this?
We have a press conference at midday today, and we shall advise the country as to the way forward.
Okay, perfect. That is the spokesperson of the EFF indicating what will happen after this court ruling. And of course, there will be a press briefing from the EFF as well as from the public protector. The public protector is not here in court. We only have the deputy public protector, Kevin Malunga, who I spoke to earlier on. And just let's take a quick listen to that interview that I had with him just before we get the judgment from the Constitutional Court judges.